Biblical typology. Characteristics. Welcome to a basic study of typology. In light of the study of the book of Revelation and Daniel, the Bible writers employed the hermeneutical terms typos type or antitypos antitype. The following basic elements of biblical typology in the book of Daniel and Revelation of Jesus Christ. Basic elements. Historical element. The historical element underscores the fact that typology is rooted in history. Three crucial aspects are involved. 1. Both the type and antitype are historical realities whose historicity is assumed and is essential to the typological argument. For example, historical persons Adam, etc., events Exodus, flood, or institutions sanctuary are used as prefigurations to their antitypes, and the NT are likewise historical realities. There is a historical correspondence between type and antitype which moves beyond general parallel situations to specific corresponding details. 3. There is an escalation or intensification from the type to antitype. Prophetic element. The prophetic aspect of biblical typology involves three essential points. 1. The OT type is an advanced presentation or prefiguration of the corresponding NT antitype. The type is divinely designed to prefigure the NT antitype. 3. There is a must-needs-be quality about the OT type, giving it the force of a predictive foreshadowing of the NT fulfillment. For example, Adam is seen as a type of the one who was to come. Rom 5:14. Eschatological end-time element. This element of typology further clarifies the nature of the prophetic correspondence and intensification between type and antitype. The OT realities are not just linked to any similar realities, but to an end-time fulfillment. 3 possible kinds of eschatological fulfillment may be in view under this heading. 1. Inaugurated, connected with the first advent of Christ. 2. Appropriated, focusing on the church as she lives in tension between the already and the not yet. And 3. Consummated, linked to the apocalyptic second coming of Christ. Christological, Christ-centered. Soteriological, salvation-centered element. This aspect of typology points out its essential focus and thrust. The OT types are not merely bare realities, but salvation realities. They find their fulfillment in the person and work of Christ or in gospel realities brought about by Christ. Christ is thus the ultimate orientation point of OT types and their anti-fulfillments.
Ecclesiological, church-related element. This characteristic of biblical typology points to 3 possible aspects of the church that may be involved in the typological fulfillment: the individual worshipers, the corporate community, and/or the sacraments, baptism and Lord's Supper. Putting this all together, we may define biblical typology as an NT study of the OT salvation historical realities, or types, persons, events, institutions that God designed to correspond to and predictively prefigure their intensified antitypical fulfillment aspects, inaugurated, appropriated, consummated, in NT salvation history. In sum, the traditional view of typology, not the post-critical position, is affirmed by the data of Scripture. These 5 basic elements of typology undergird the entire range of references and allusions to the sanctuary in the book of Revelation, thus indicating the typological nature of this material. A closer look at the implications drawn from the characteristic elements of biblical typology helps to clarify the nature of sanctuary typology in the Apocalypse. Davidson, Richard M. 1992. Sanctuary Typology. In Symposium on Revelation, Introductory and Exegetical Studies, Book 1, edited by Frank B. Holbrook, 6:101A2. Daniel and Revelation Committee Series. Silver Spring, Maryland. Biblical Research Institute of the General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists.